he just started becoming this celebrity where it wasn't necessarily all action. I mean, I know Chris Tucker's doing the heavy lifting comedy wise, but I mean, he's talking to Jackie Chan, for God's sake.
Talking to Jackie Chan, man.
I love that because that's a lot of weight to just be falling. I don't know what 2 stories. What's the Winslow house?
Yeah, that's 2 stories. That's where Judy's stuck at for like the rest of her life. It makes dog sounds. It cleans everything off the furniture. It sucks everything off the furniture. It sucks reindeer out the chimney, sucks Santa, sucks airplanes. It's sucking everything in sight.
Happened in the 90s.
Somebody I feel like doesn't get enough props is Jackie Chan.
Well, I think he gets plenty of props, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Explain yourself, Steve.
Kind of feel like we've taken the man for granted. Like, yeah, I mean, he gets his props, but shit, he's like probably one of the most well-known actors in the world, bro. If you think about it.
I feel like Tom Cruise wants to be Jackie Chan because Jackie Chan was the first guy who was like the celeb just straight doing, and he was like a stunt man. I think that's kind of how he started out. But all those movies he made in the 90s, they do like a bloopers track of him just effing himself up terribly doing stunts.
So what's his deal? Like, does he do all of his stunts or just like most of them?
At some point, I think yes. I think he did all of his stunts because he has a martial arts background. And I honestly do think that was kind of his steez back in the day. Because didn't he do like movies with Bruce Lee where he was like one of the guys Bruce Lee was fighting, I believe. So I think he got his respect from that. But I mean, he's still acting. So I don't think whatever age Jackie Chan is now, he's doing all of the stunts. But in the 90s, for sure, like if you're watching Rush Hour, he's kicking that ass.
Dude, sure. So that's really him hanging from the street sign.
I think so, dude. Yeah.
And see, that's what I mean, man. Like, of course, we've known Jackie Chan for a while and we've heard about him doing his own stunts. But like, if you really sit and think about it, dude, the fact that he's acting, the fact that he's doing his own stunts, and when he does action scenes, he finds a way to include comedy in it. That's like next level performance, man. That I feel like people overlook that. Like all of that whole package that encompasses a Jackie Chan movie.
You don't have to sell that. I think you're probably right. But
it's just amazing, bro.
Yeah, dude. Especially when you see some of the stuff that he's done that's just insanely dangerous. Like he'll jump through, like he'll do like crazy acrobatics through like, he'll jump through like car windows while they're moving. He'll jump across like giant spans between buildings. And this is like a guy worth millions of dollars, but it's just Jackie Chan. That's just what he grew up doing, I guess.
Like outside of the movie world, you're just a dope human being. Like you're the most interesting man in the world, or at least one of them.
And he did something I think is super hard to do, especially when you're coming from like Asian cinema, is like he came over and just fully, I don't even think Jet Li really did this, but like he was embraced. They started like releasing those like super cop movies where they dub like English over it. That I remember Rumble in the Bronx.
Everybody
that movie was tight as hell. And then he just started becoming this celebrity where it wasn't necessarily all action. I mean, I know Chris Tucker's doing the heavy lifting comedy wise, but I mean, he's talking to Jackie Chan, for God's sake.
Talking to Jackie Chan, man.
I love that.
And Jet Li, I feel like he was a slow burn. With Jackie, it seemed like an immediate hit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jet Li definitely took US by storm eventually, but yeah, I think Jackie kind of walked so people like Jet Li could run a little bit. And obviously Bruce Lee before him. But yeah, dude, Jackie Chan's a motherfucker. And if you just like know this older version of Jackie Chan, where even like Shanghai Noon and some mid-level movies he made after Rush Hour, you're losing some of the sauce. Because those early ones, and like Rumble in the Bronx specifically, that was a specific movie where, man, I don't know anybody that watched that to get fired the hell up watching it, dude.
And if you didn't know about him before that movie, you became an instant fan.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, look at that back catalog for sure, Jackie Chan. But unfortunately, back to your point, I think you're right. Like, I don't think, and this is true of a lot of people in this modern era where it's all kind of getting lost to internet shit. But if you don't know, you need to go back and watch that because Jackie Chan, lightning fast, Steve.
Dude.
His daddy wanna caught a bullet in his teeth.
One of the things I love about it too, I don't want no problem. Every movie, I don't want no problem. You want all the problem. I don't want no problem. He wants all the smoke. That's like his lure, his bait. That's all right. I don't want no problem.
He always like involves the background too. He'll involves like refrigerator doors and stuff. Like it's always something really flashy that you're not expecting, you know?
He's like the Deion Sanders of action flicks. Like he adds a little salt bay to it. It's like, a little juke.
Yeah, I mean, even in Rush Hour, I mean, at one point he's kicking ass with like a handcuff steering wheel to his hand. He's fighting one hand and just beating the shit out of FBI agents, Steve.
Oh man. Salute.
Yeah.
This is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your LL posters and your BBD CDs, because this is 90s Podcast Live. 90s Podcast Live. 90s Podcast Live. 90s Podcast Live.
90s Podcast Live.
Yeah. That was a hoot.
Nice, Steve. I like that. Nice
Yeah,
little Weird Al.
I was drawing straws this week, Matt. Today, my friend, we're talking all things September 18th in the 90s. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Starting off in 1991, Mississippi Masala premieres. An ethnic Indian family is expelled from Idi Amin's Uganda in 1972 and lives in Mississippi 17 years later. The dad sues Uganda to get his property back. The grown daughter falls in love with a black man. Directed by Mira Nair, starring Denzel Washington, Roshan Seth, Sarita Choudhury, Charles S. Dutton, and Joe Seneca.
It's a little interracial love movie, Steve. Not the usual type either. This is different kind of interracial love.
I think it had some interesting subtext. It touched on certain things that I feel like haven't been touched on in cinema. They migrate to America, and the father of the Indian family, he's from Uganda, but the thing is, he was never accepted by his fellow Indians because of where he's from. And then with the Ugandans, he's not Ugandan. He obviously doesn't look like them. So him and his family were in a weird spot. He was a minority. He was getting the Negro treatment in Uganda. That makes sense. Basically. So he moves to America, him and his family, they get exiled. The daughter falls in love with Denzel Washington. But now that he's in America, oh, no, you don't. No, get out of here. I'll write you out my will. No, I'll disown you. Don't date him. So it's like, even though he has that experience in Uganda, now that he's in America, it seems like that is the culture, the American culture when it comes to immigrants coming over here. Now I'm in America. Let's look down on blacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell no. Also, I love that the guy like got shit on by Indian people, and he's still like, you gotta marry an Indian guy. Love how ignorant that is too. The dad, but I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they pulled this one off because I don't even remember this. And this is like one of those where you don't realize, like, as much of a heartthrob Denzel is, this guy wasn't doing a lot of like romance movies. This is like one of the few you get with Denzel. And I like this, dude. I'm white. So I think, you know, as a white guy, I'm going to speak on behalf of a lot of white people. Like, you don't realize that this inner racism that exists, it's always like, I think, publicized like white, black, those, you know, that's the main thing. But when you see this like sub racism that goes on, it's very interesting.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's very cringe. It's very cringe because people come over here, they look down on African Americans, but don't even realize that it was those African Americans that they talk about and belittle and demean that paved the way for them to even come here.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because the dad in this, the Indian dad, he's basically going through what an African American, like, if you just generalize like what their complaint is, like, I'm here, nobody's accepting me here. I go back to Africa and they're not accepting me because I'm an American. No, I'm not like an African. I'm an African American. It's this Indian guy, exact same thing.
Exactly.
Just a different set of colors in a different country and stuff. So I think in that way, like, a very interesting movie. I was unexpected. I really enjoyed it for what it was.
I was expecting some sap ass romance movie, and it came close to being cut off the list. But as I started watching, I really abhor that shit. But as I started watching on Max, I was like, did I pick the right movie? Because it starts off like with the Ugandan stuff. It's like, wait, there's no walking on sand and along the beach. Like, wait. I had to double check, like, all right. So that added another element that I wasn't prepared for because all I saw was Denzel and the hot Indian chick on the cover.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Denzel's getting some puss, used to it.
And
That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. But also, I think there's, for me at least, that part about the Indians that got brought over to Uganda to like help make the railroads there and stuff. Like, you don't realize some of those things. I didn't know about that. So it's
yeah,
kind of funny. Like, watch some of these movies sometimes. You actually do learn some shit. So, yeah, I'd say check this one out, dude. Like, this one caught me off guard, and I was like you. I almost just was like, I don't even want to like put my time to this, but I actually sat through it. And unlike the movie Singles that I was shitting on earlier, this one paid off, Steve.
and shout out to his love interest, Sarita Shudri. I looked her up, and the woman is still gorgeous.
Mina, dude.
Yeah.
I like a little of that masala myself.
On that same day in 1991, the royal family debuts on CBS. Al Royal and his wife Victoria have just settled down to retire when their daughter Elizabeth, newly divorced from a man that Al always hated, moves back in with her 3 children, Curtis, Kim, and Hillary. 1 season, 15 episodes.
And I gotta say, like, this is one of the most infamous stories to me, just because of how, unfortunately, Red Fox met his end, like on set, and also just when you put yourself in the situation and what happened, how weird it must have been, because a lot of people just thought he was making a joke, rightfully so, because this guy had done that a lot. But your star just drops dead. How tragic, dude. Eddie Murphy getting Red Fox back on TV. He hadn't really had a hit since Sanford and Son.
Pretty much, man. And Eddie, he always looked out for his friends, man. He grew up admiring and idolizing Red Fox. And the rumor mill goes that he was in debt a lot. He owed the IRS, I don't know, let's say hundreds of thousands. It might have been more. And he saw no way of getting out of that. So Eddie threw him a bone. He created this show. And because of the chemistry with Red Fox and Della Reese in Harlem Nights, he wanted to make them, husband and wife in this newly created sitcom. And I remember it starting off scorching hot, man. But then, the Red Fox thing happened, unfortunate incident. And I just couldn't imagine being on that set when that happens. Like, this dude is an icon.
Was it in front of a live studio audience? Like, I mean, most of these shows were. So because that adds another layer of insanity to it, where it's like, holy shit, dude.
No,
No?
they said that he did not get along with one of the producers, and he had just came from the office, and like they had a spat, a sparring of words, and like that worked him up so much. Like not too long after that, that's when he got the stroke, man, or the heart attack.
You big dummy. And everybody, it was during rehearsal, so they didn't have a live audience. Crazy that they even went on with it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, but would it have gone on to be big? Probably, dude.
Possibly.
Fucking huge. You building off of that success, that hype. Everybody wanted something like this, like, and like you said, it started off good, but man, after that happens, to try to recover. And then I think, didn't they like change, because Jack A's in this, but they just like change her character after like a hiatus, and now she's like his daughter or something.
No, there was already a daughter. I think Jack A was just added to the cast.
Okay.
They had to hit a pivot. Something else tragic about this show, Naya Rivera plays Red Fox's granddaughter. And I don't know if you are familiar with her, but she was on the show Glee, and she was also on a couple episodes of Family Matters. And I think 2020, she drowned trying to save her son.
Yeah, actually, I do. In like a lake, right? It was like kind of
In a lake.
mysterious how it happened.
Yeah, it's got some question marks, man.
Yeah, that is wacky, but damn. Everything was set up. And shout out to Harlem Nights, by the way, a movie that I don't think gets enough credit. So good. And I could see how you would want that. Having Della Reese there, stomping on toes and shit, getting all saucy. I love that. So, man, this is definitely one of those where you're like, what could have been? But that's a tough thing to recover from. The star of the show just dropping dead while you're making it. That's pretty tough.
Oh, you want to hit people with garbage cans. But that following year, 1992, Family Matters is airing season 4, episode 1, Surely You Joust. Feuding neighbors Urkel and Carl decide to settle things on American Gladiators.
Oh yeah. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Dude, American Gladiators, Steve, gets me fired up.
'Tis the time.
Little fucking blazer, laser, whatever.
Saber, laser,
Yeah,
turbo, nitro.
all of the adjectives, all of them. But I love this collab, Steve.
Me too. Two pop cultural significant beings just colliding.
It had to happen, you know? Zonka needed to get with Urkel. He needed to get within arm's reach, you know, just to connect the circuits. We've been watching some of the older Family Matters. It's nice to come back to this. You know, Rachel's Place. Rachel's still around.
Judy's still around for now.
Yeah. Harriet still looking the way that we want her to look.
Yeah.
Salty. We start in Rachel's Place. We see Steve late for work. Model employee, late for work, but he was trying to finalize this new invention, which honestly, decades before Lime scooters, Steve, these things we see on the streets every day, Urkel's got one in the 90s.
Ahead of his time.
Came up with it in the lab. Like, this guy should have been a billionaire. He has time machines. He can change himself. He's got gene editing. This guy's got it all. He pulls that out. Unfortunately, he still hasn't worked all the kinks out because he just crashes into some patrons.
French fries, milkshakes, and everything falls on Lionel Richie mustache, dude. Yeah. That wasn't easy like a Sunday morning either.
I'm glad you called that. I've literally had guy looks like Lionel Richie in the back.
Some wonderful whiskers, that man. That classic theme song, and we cut back. We see Carl and Eddie. They're installing a satellite dish on the roof and doing a little bonding. They're trying to get this prepared just in time for the World Bikini Contest.
Oh, yeah. Them titties. Eddie, go down and tell me if them titties are crystal clear. And I got to say, this whole episode is filled with things that Carl does physically that I wouldn't assume Carl Winslow would be doing.
Yeah,
climbing
man.
up to the top of the fucking house, Steve. What are you trying to do here?
Go, fat boy, go.
But yeah, so they're trying to do that. Inside, Steve shows up, and you know he likes to let himself in. Laura tries to run away. He opens the door like a psycho and is like, "Gotcha, what's up, lady?" And he's, you know, Steve. He's trying to get a little sniz, but Laura's not having it. We're still in those days.
I'm reading Instagram comments. I'm sorry. Somebody said,
your pits.
"What kind of bullshit background is this? You trying to give me a seizure?" FOH, dude. I guess fuck out of here, dude. Fuck out of here, dude. But
have a
yeah.
seizure, dude.
Go ahead, have 7 of them, punk bitch. But yeah, so Steve arrives, like everyone's out. You know, he sees Laura. He's like, well, shit, let's get it cracking then. You're like,
you shaving your pits? Don't say that though. You know, let's not say that. But he even says, he's like, I like a European woman.
I feel that, Steve. I see hair on those forearms. You got a nice bush.
Yeah. Play ball, Steve. But Laura's not having it. Back up to the top where Carl's trying to finalize the dish. Eddie's like up there like, please be careful. Like, let's not get fried. And Carl's like, I'm not an idiot. Like, this thing's not plugged in. You know, these wires aren't plugged in. But then we cut back down into the house and Steve, being Steve, trying to help, plugs in those wires. Gotta be honest with you. I'd be pretty fucking pissed, Steve.
Rightfully so.
You know?
You damn near killed me.
Steve! To be determined. Hopefully they get to see some of them titties, though, because that bikini competition seemed pretty cool.
Next scene, Laura's showing some negligee to Aunt Rachel and Harriet, and they think it's hers. It's like, no, it's not mine. Well, whose is it? And then they cut to Grandma Winslow.
Yeah, you surprised ladies. I mean, that's some skimpy lingerie, Steve. Granny might be like that grandma from
Don't be a menace,
dude.
Grandma freak. Yeah,
She's ready to go. I'm actually kind of
yeah.
interested. Granny Winslow, Steve.
Take them teeth out. Let's see what that mouth do.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, some gummy heads. Yeah, I like that.
Waldo comes in and he's just trying to help Carl test if the TV's going, and he's just being dumb. He's being Waldo, Steve. It's like it's not working, and they're like, it's not on, Waldo.
Yeah.
Let me just fix that. I like how he gets kind of pissy with him, Steve. He doesn't stand for this fucking disrespect.
Because he's like, yeah, the channels are changing, Carl. And Harry's like, that's me. Work with me, people.
Bitch, I'm Waldo. But the TV, it's working great. Harriet puts it on. They start watching American Gladiators right then and there, which I get. If I pop on a new cable and American Gladiators is on, looks like I got 30 minutes free.
Yeah. Harriet and Aunt Rachel, they think it's barbaric. But Grandma Winslow, she's here for it. She even knows their name. That's Saber. That's my favorite one with the bald head. Yeah. And then Waldo's like, oh, really? That's my cousin.
What? And Waldo's like, yeah, actually, that's not the only famous Feraldo or whatever, Faldo. I got another one at Harvard. And they're like, what, does he teach? Nah, his head's in a jar. So the
That counts.
Faldo, Steve, I mean, they're historic at this point. But again, Granny's getting a little out of pocket here, Steve. She's got a negligee and she's sitting here banging out to Saber, just them glistening muscles, bashing against each other.
Oh, man. Get that vapor rub together, baby.
So now we go back to the roof because I guess the satellite dish is just taking some time. Steve goes up because maybe they need some of his genius. And they're up there. He's like, look, sorry about the whole electricity thing. My bad. But then Steve literally grabs power cables from a power line. He gets juiced up, Steve, Ernest style.
Yeah, he catches a joke. I feel like the jump in the shark moment is not too far around the corner. When they start adding the comical, yeah, Married with Children kind of fell into that same rabbit hole.
Yeah. Well, and they're also doing collabs where they're on American Gladiators. So stuff like that. I think that, we are seeing the shark here in the distance.
Dun-dun,
So Steve gets hit with some electricity. And then he's like, look, Carl, I'm sorry, dude. Again, I'm sorry about all that stuff. But here's the thing. You're not using the right screws or something about the screws. So he tries to go in and tell Carl about that. One thing leads to another. I think that's when he gets electrocuted. And then he basically drags down Carl and Eddie.
And the satellite dish.
All of it. And they fall on him, Steve. So does Urkel have fucking adamantium bones or something? Because that's a lot of weight to just be falling. I don't know. What, 2 stories? What's the Winslow house?
Yeah, it's 2 stories. That's where Judy's stuck at for the rest of her life. But Carl alone, on top of that, you got this linebacker 17-year-old on top of
Yeah.
in 93. If somebody had a satellite dish, you just thought their dad was a millionaire. So you broke that too.
Yeah, dude, setting it up, I don't even get to enjoy it. You fucked this joint up before I even got it on? Hell no. And just to add to the lore of a satellite dish, Steve, I remember that you were one of the first people that I knew that had a satellite dish, and when I went over to your house, that was the shit.
Oh, I can't believe you remember that.
Dude, that big ass. You didn't even have these bullshit ass pussy satellite dishes. You had the NASA shit. You had the legit shit.
Got to see ECW at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. You were watching Chinese sitcoms and shit like that. You were getting all of that. So Steve avoids some kind of catastrophic spinal injury. Nobody's dead, but they come back inside. They're all hurt. Eddie, he's kind of fucked up. Carl, he's getting helped. They lead them in. Urkel comes in just a little bit later excuse me. I could use a little help too. And he's kind of pissed off, Steve. He's like, I was up there helping you. I'd like a little bit of appreciation.
I volunteered. You know what I'm saying? And nobody checked on me. I'm fine, by the way. Thank you. I guess y'all care.
Remember what I said about those screws, fatty? But Carl's like, you think I'm going to apologize to you? And then that sets Carl off. And this is where I kind of get where Carl's coming from, Steve. He's like, look, already I don't like you coming over here. I'm trying to beat off in the middle of the day. You're walking in unannounced. It's crazy enough. You almost killed me and my son. And I'm not looking at big, beautiful titties on that bikini competition right now, which I was definitely hoping to see today. So, you know what, Steve? Don't come back ever.
Go home, go home, go home.
It's bad enough you took me to that Diddy party, Steve.
I don't have to take this. I'm going home.
And basically, Steve also, I do like this. He's like, I'm not going to be bullied. You're not keeping me away from the love of my life, which I do think you see Laura kind of react to, like, oh, it kind of dings the armor a little bit. She's still being a bitch. They start kind of going at each other. Waldo's the one to step between them. Like, we live in a civilized society, right? And in fact, I know how we can squash this beef immediately. I got a guy who might be able to help us out. His name rhymes with laser. And then we cut right to American Gladiators, Steve.
Yeah.
And this is what we came for. This is what we're here for.
We get Carl Bone Crusher Winslow and Steve Hurricane Urkel. Now, if Carl wins, Steve must stay away from the Winslow house forever. But if Urkel wins, all he wants is an apology from Carl. Now, something that triggered me a little bit, Grandma Winslow was pulling for Urkel. Like, Carl is your son. Like, lady, we will move you to the retirement home.
Fuck you, Kyle. I'm trying to get blasted by Saber over there.
Yeah, he gonna have to pull up to the retirement home with you and your negligees.
He knows how to use. We play human Joust, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, all the players are here. Steve Zonk is here. Mike, whatever the hell his name's here. The ref was like, "Gladiators ready." Contenders are ready. I like that guy's here, Steve, whatever his name is.
Sure.
Saber's not a real fucking gladiator, is he?
Yeah, he was a later addition. He's
Okay.
not one of the OGs, but they had him and was it Turbo or Nitro?
It's Turbo.
Turbo.
Steve goes up against Turbo. Here we are, Steve. Is it jumping the shark? I don't know, but
Not quite yet.
I do have a couple of comments on what we see Carl Winslow do in this. I just would like to bring up.
Yeah, not convincing, but they start off with the joust, and in no time, Stevie gets clocked by Turbo, gets knocked off, and we find out that Steve is wearing contacts. He's not wearing his signature specs. That leads him to seeing like 3 Lauras when she pulls up to check on him, and she's like, I just don't want you to be hurt. Oh, so you care and love me. Oh, no, I'll never quit. Let's get this cracking.
I have to win for my woman. He's here for the respect, Steve. But Carl, not as fleet-footed as Steve is on the Joust stage, but what Carl lacks in footwork at all, he makes up for in just a very low center of gravity where he's just taking shots. Even an American Gladiator can't move this guy. And he just takes Turbo and just launches him, Steve.
It's that grown men strength. Like, did you ever have someone in your class in elementary school that was like built like a plumber already? Like he was like, you're in 3rd grade. He's like 8 years old, but it looks like he has a part-time job. Like he's just got like big forearm. He doesn't even work out.
Yeah.
He's just like a kid who was just like,
he's got arm wrestler forearms.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette on the playground. But yeah, dude, Carl, he whoops that ass basically. And then Harriet comes over and throws a 2-piece on Turbo and basically he's like, if you ever touch my man again, I'll slap you silly. Which, I mean, where's this energy at in the house? Because you're throwing a lot of shade at this guy otherwise. You know what I mean, Steve?
I think they have a BDSM chamber that we never see in the sitcom. It's kind of like an Uncle Elroy, Auntie Sugar kind of deal.
Hell yeah. Sex swing for sure, for sure. That's definitely upstairs in the Winslow house. And then we go to the wall. If you haven't watched American Gladiators, this was just a big mountain climbing wall where you get chased up by gladiators eventually. And I got to say, Steve, I don't see Carl Winslow getting a step up on this, but he does pretty well for a fat man.
Yeah, this time gravity works against him.
But Steve, he's got the cat-like speed and reflexes and the mind. He's got the mind, Steve. These gladiators, they're meatheads. So when one of them gets a hold of his leg, he like, look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator's down there, and that guy loses track of him. He kicks him off, and he makes it to the top. And he even gets his hand held up by one of those sexy female gladiators that we all love. Maybe PTO got a hold of that. Was that the one PTO got? Gash?
Got to bring him back and see. And now Urkman is up one. And up next is the Eliminator because it's tied 10-10. You know, whoever wins this, get it all. They run up the treadmill, and Urkel, he makes it up first, of course. Then after that, they do the whole bike pedaling thing with their hands. But Carl gets ahead because of his brute strength.
That upper body strength that he has.
All of that. And then they do the balance beam. And Urkel, he falls off. Somehow Carl was able to make it through the balance beam. But
if you watch the thing that he's running across, if that is in fact him, it's not moving at all. Like, dude, just try to make it across, which he barely does. He even makes it up that little net wall. All of these things, I just don't see Carl Winslow. I don't even think he could hold on to the zip line thing that you ride after you climb up the net wall.
Maybe John McClane showing some tricks of the trade.
Maybe. I think he dropped like a stone, like a fat lady on like a rope swing at a lake. Those ones where you just see some 200-pound lady just smash.
Get her head cracked.
But Winslow, you know, it's neck and neck. They get to the end. They're doing the little run at the end. It's all slow-mo. It's dramatic. Harriet, her voice is even lower because it's in slow-mo. So it's like, oh, Carl.
Come on and eat this now. Now, the final stage is that's like the gauntlet, right? And they make it through the swinging like heavy bags, and they go in slow-mo, and it's a photo finish.
So photo. See, I thought Carl won it by a gut, but luckily Urkel's got a bird nose. And when they do the photo finish, it's a tie. It's a freaking tie, Steve.
First in American Gladiator history.
And as they're sitting there exhausted, spent, the battle's done. They're both hurting. And then that Mike guy, the second in command for the American Gladiator team, he's like, look, guys, this is fine. You guys just have to go again. That's all you got to do. We got to tie. Just redo this the Eliminator. And they're like, fuck you. Hey, we got to shoot this fucking show, you pieces of Get back up there and run the fucking Eliminator.
You nerd and fat man.
Carl and Steve make up. You know, Steve's like, look, man, it just hurt my feelings that you didn't want me around. I love you guys. I love you, Carl.
Then that Miller Boyette music kicks in. Oh, you can actually come back, Steve. You almost shocked the shit out of me and my son and made us fall off of a roof, but it's all good because we only have 2 minutes left of this episode.
Yeah.
And something we never really talk about is the outro music. We always talk about the intro theme music, but that outro, it had me ready for the weekend. It's like, yes, the sexy sax.
I'm going to stay up tonight and drink Mountain Dews and just rock out on Super Nintendo till I fall asleep.
I can't wait till Monday to tell all my buddies these lines.
My grandma gave me extra Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm all fucked up.
That following year, 1992, Captain Ron premieres. A Chicagoan inherits an old yacht. He, his wife, daughter, and son fly to a Caribbean island and hire a dubious Captain Ron to sail them on an adventure to Miami. Directed by Tom Eberhard, starring Kurt Russell, Martin Short, and Mary Kay Place.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go, Steve. Just another example of freaking Kurt Russell knocking it out of the park.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
I'm totally not.
Me?
Shit.
Well, I guess I'm wrong. I guess most of America is wrong then, Steve.
Yeah, because it ain't just me. I mean, garbage. Even Kurt Russell think it's garbage. BFI truck, back this up. Let's pick this up Monday morning. Beep, beep, beep. Trash, Matt.
No,
Everything about it, trash.
no.
I love Kurt
No.
Russell. Look, Martin
Kurt
Short.
Russell's letting fucking kids drink. Martin Short's getting some hot sniz in a yacht. Kurt Russell's helping him fight pirates, dude. What's not to like?
Boring. Everything about it. Kurt Russell, you're a G. Martin Short, same with you. But for one thing, Martin Short, he goes against trope in this movie. Typically, he would be the Captain Ron kind of guy. This role, like this kind of stuff, I'm not familiar with this Martin Short. This is actually a role that would be for like Rick Moranis or something like that. Ironically, this was supposed to go to Rick Moranis, but this was the time where he took his hiatus because of his wife dying and him taking on the father responsibilities 24/7. But it's just very forgettable, man. Like nothing stands out.
We'll agree to disagree, Steve. I'm hurt. I'm hurt for Kurt.
Here's the
Because
line.
I don't fucking think Kurt Russell's saying a negative thing. Kurt Russell's responsible for Captain Ron's whole look, his whole demeanor, Steve.
That was his actual wardrobe. Still, hey,
Well, you know what? Sometimes friends don't agree. And I think here we are. We're at an impasse here on Captain Ron. I'll pop it on. Anybody wants to come watch Captain Ron with Matt G? Feel free. Bring some chips.
Yeah, there would be no replies to that invite. I promise you. Like, it's just gutter trash, water trash, just trash. Trash.
Ah, yes, the shit.
She is very flies around it. Hey, Rock. Hey, Charles S. Dutton. I got a pickup for you Tuesday morning.
Dude, well, we know how you feel, Steve.
It ain't even half. It's got the little boy from The Nanny in it, if that means anything.
Yeah, it does have. That is that kid from The Nanny. The daughter I used to have a crush on in this. She was fucking some island guys having some fun on the seven seas. Captain Ron's pulling his eye out. He's playing Monopoly. I mean, I enjoyed it, Steve.
He's wearing a thirsty Speedo. Like, no one asked for that, Kurt.
Kurt, like he, Sam Jackson creates his characters' looks too. Kurt Russell came in here. Yeah, I think I beg to differ, Steve. I remember that one scene.
What movie did Samuel Jackson wear a stank ass Speedo?
There was a deleted scene in Jurassic Park where Sam Jackson's just hanging out with Dennis Nedry in a jacuzzi, and he's got a Speedo on. Okay.
And the Velociraptor chewed his wang off. Right. I totally remember that, man.
Get these motherfucking dinosaurs off this thing.
Yeah. And he's nuts. But, I mean...
Okay. I mean, obviously, I can't sell this movie to you, but what I will say is, like, Kurt Russell having some fun. He doesn't always have to be Snake Plissken. He doesn't always have to save the world. Maybe I'll just save these fucking chuddish white people on this yacht. Right?
Yeah. 90 minutes. If I can get you back, I don't know. But,
well, I had to watch Singles, and you didn't watch that, Steve. So we're even. I watched an hour and a half of that bullshit.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Also in 1992, South Central premieres. A former gangster fresh out of prison wants to change his life for the better and must save his 10-year-old son, who has already chosen a gang life. Directed by Stephen Milburn Anderson, starring Glenn Plummer and Carl Lumbly.
I've never seen this movie, Steve. This seems like something I would have watched. I kind of like movies of this nature. There's a lot of these type of movies in the 90s. Never saw this one.
Yeah.
I think it's referenced a lot because I see a lot of things in it that I've seen in like spoof movies and other just movies that they probably ripped this off of. But what did you think of this?
It's an instant classic to me, man. It starts off in the 80s. They fast forward to when Bobby gets released. And there's some quotables. Like, for one, the little kid I never liked. I hated his high-pitched voice. He's supposed to be like a little baby gangster. I hated his haircut. It's Ray. Hey, Ray, thank you, Ray. Like, that's the one thing I didn't like about this movie. And like I said, there's so many quotables. New house for Ray Ray, new car for Ray Ray. He even got your boy stealing Bobby.
This kid gets in the gang life early, though. I mean, he's not, but what, 10 years old?
Something like that, man.
I mean, that's what happens, though. And what's the guy's name? The main dude. That's why he gets out of jail. I mean, basically, his mission in life after he gets out of jail and talks to the Muslim guys, he's just got to save his son, Steve.
Yeah, OG Bobby Johnson. If you ever heard that name, like this,
Yeah.
that's where
Okay.
OG Bobby Johnson. Yeah, but what my favorite line from the movie was when he was talking to the Muslim guy. He's trying to tell him about his son. He's like, "Oh, what you gonna preach to me? Yeah, I'm gonna preach, and you gonna listen."
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
So I had a boy. I was hard on him.
People like us, we gotta be there for our sons. He's very dramatic, Steve. I'm gonna preach.
You gonna listen? Oh, I'll never forget that.
It's kind of got a little
So-
Dusty Rhodes to it, honestly.
I'm not doing it justice, but yeah, that guy Carl Lumbly, man, he's a OG veteran actor, and he's actually in some Marvel projects. I can't remember which ones,
Yeah,
but he's
his
one of
face
those.
is ultra familiar too. He's definitely been in a lot of stuff, dude.
Lot.
The thing that surprised me about this is I just did not know about it. Like, I think I'd heard of it, but once I started watching, I was like, yeah, this is not something I've even ever like seen before. So,
Yeah,
salute to you. You got one in on me here.
yeah. I mean, I know you said it's a little slow for your taste, but overall, what's your take?
I mean, it's definitely a good movie, but it's just like I don't know. I think I was expecting a different movie, and it's just a little bit slow. But dramatic, and it's not badly acted. But you're right, like the kid's high pitched voice. There's a couple things in this where you're just like, yeah, there's a couple of tweaks. Maybe this thing would be very famous.
Yeah,
It kind
man.
of reminded me a lot of, and I mean, it shares similar things, not like the overall tone, but like remember American History X? It's kind of like that
In a
same
way,
thing where a guy's like trying to get like sort of
rehab.
yeah, he's trying to make himself better and try to save like somebody in his family a little bit. But yeah, never seen it. So if I got to rate it, Steve, I'm giving it a 7 out of
That's
10.
fair. Also in 1992, The Golden Palace premieres on CBS. In this spin-off series of The Golden Girls, Dorothy Zbornak remarries and moves away. So her mother, Sophia, and their roommates, Blanche Devereaux and Rose Nyland, open a hotel called The Golden Palace. One season, 24 eps.
The Golden Girls had to just keep going, right, Steve? So right after Dorothy leaves, they get this hotel, hire Cheech, hire freaking Don Cheadle, young Don Cheadle, looking handsome, looking suave. This is one thing where you want it to work. I don't think it's a terrible show. I've seen a few episodes of it. You can't live up to that. This is
You
one of
can't, man. They were really holding out because the plan was for B. Arthur to come back for season 2, and then the girls would all come back to Miami, and then they would recontinue that, man. But according to M Dubs, B. Arthur didn't want to come back because she was tired of the jokes about her manly appearance. That's what M Dubs said.
I'm not a man just because I have this Adam's apple.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. That can't be true.
M Dub, you're up there with Wikipedia. I don't know how reliable you are these days.
She went on a damn roast. Like, she wouldn't go on a roast and accept all that abuse if it was that big of a deal. To make millions of dollars, basically get a Golden Girls sequel, if they could have, like, made that happen, that shit would have gone on until they dropped dead.
You saw some of these episodes, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, Kendra like watched this a little bit, so I remember watching a few of these, and there's some stuff in it. You get some of that zest, you get some of the stuff that you want from a Golden Girls like whatever sequel, but there was something missing. Obviously, B. Arthur is a big missing part, but I mean, I want to like it. It's got freaking Cheech in it, Steve,
And Don Cheadle, man. So when you watch those episodes, do they ever explain where the damn money came from? Because they bought a whole hotel, and
no, absolutely not. But maybe they added a joke where Blanche fucks some rich guy, That's probably what it was. But you're right. In Miami, of all places,
Yeah.
good God.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, it's Golden Girls, so we'll roll with it. That following year, 1993, Rocko's Modern Life debuts on Nickelodeon, airing A Sucker for Suck-O-Matic and Canned. Rocko buys a cleaning machine from the television to help him clean his house. And then after being laid off, Rocko searches for a new job. He finds a job testing new products. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah, I mean, Suck-O-Matic. We've all been there, Steve.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Called her Dirty Brittany.
Yeah, so we kind of opened this first segment, a sucker for the Suck-O-Matic. It's kind of spooky, to be honest with you, Steve. I was getting a little scared.
The way it starts off, yeah.
Rocco's in the shadows. He's going off on somebody. It seems like he's about to murder somebody, honestly. Spunky's all shaken up. Turns out he's not going off on like a person or somebody that he's going to murder. It's this shitty ass vacuum he's got.
Suck-A-Lux.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of stupid laughter in this episode, Steve.
Yeah. Suck-A-Lux. It sucks.
He's got shit on the ground from when he moved in. It's been decades. I mean, it's starting to look very Ren and Stimpy close up in this bitch.
A real bachelor pad. I mean, pizza boxes. You got cat litter, even though there's not even a cat in the house. How did cat shit get in here?
The thing won't even pick up a paper clip. You know, I mean, damn.
Yeah.
I've had some shitty vacuums though, Steve. The dust is still on the fucking ground here. What's going on?
Meanwhile, Heifer, he's flipping through channels. He's just stuck on the TV, kind of like me on my weekends. And he gets to this channel. They're showing Lobato Shop, and they're selling these off-brand products like a tapeworm farm. All of a sudden, the signal is interfered, and I think it has something to do with the Suck-A-Lux.
Dude. Also, just to point out something very dark that they have on the TV that Hef's watching, because he keeps going from like things that he thinks is boring. One of them appears to be a presidential assassination. Yeah. They're like, the president's just been shot, and he's just like, click. There's nothing good on TV.
You know, they even mentioned a motorcade.
Yeah. The thing kicks the bucket, Steve. The Suck-A-Lux, there's no more suck. It's just sitting there. It's shitty. It actually like kind of pukes out some muck, which I don't like. Clean out the fucking bag, Rocko. Maybe that's your problem.
It's had its last suck. But when the Suck-A-Lux dies, all of a sudden the TV's working again. And now they're watching an ad for the new Suck-O-Matic. And it can do more than suck. It's a calculator. It mows your lawn, serves as nail polish, does your homework, does your taxes, might suck your dick.
Can I fuck it? Yeah, you can actually. This thing does it all. It'll actually even make a pizza for you if you do the right thing. This is like those old infomercials in the 90s, dude. Like, I wanted a Ronco, set it and forget it. You know, you get caught up, you're 2 a.m., you're high as fuck, you're watching an infomercial, and somehow that thing, Ronco, set it and forget it, that could have changed my fucking life. Suck-O-Matic, dude. They want to get sucked.
They get sucked into this ad because Rocko orders it immediately. The Suck-O-Matic gets there immediately. He signs his life over, and now it's going to be a brand new living room.
I mean, the instruction manual is like a fucking encyclopedia. It's crazy. It's like a tank, Steve. They get it out of the box. This thing, I mean, it's a killing machine, I feel like. It doubles as that. You can kill somebody with the suck and suck their body up.
It's everything. They clean up a dingy ass carpet. It makes dog sounds. It cleans everything off the furniture. It sucks everything off the furniture. It sucks reindeer off the chimney, sucks Santa, sucks airplanes. It's sucking everything in sight.
Sucking everywhere, Steve. Santa, you suck Santa out of the fireplace? That's powerful. That's some horror.
Sucking Santa.
I mean, it'll peel paint off a car, Steve. It'll peel a dog out of its fur. I think that happens. But all this sucking, Steve, it makes Rocko and Hef hungry, but they can't stop this thing. This thing's stuck and suck. Yeah. It's sucking and it won't stop. And usually that's a great thing, but sometimes you got to recover, you know?
It has no gag reflex. It literally has a mind of its own because they show like a little mini brain.
Yeah, it's got AI. It's got an AI just to build to suck. I am a supercomputer that is only here to suck. Skynet wants me to suck. It starts destroying the house, Steve. This thing's out of control.
Rocko pissed it off because he's like, ha, I got the receipt. I'm gonna send this shit back. And then the Suck-O-Matic sucks the receipt. He's like, oh, you want to take me back to the store, bitch?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna suck everything now.
Yeah. So Rocco's like, give me the fucking manual here. How do we stop this thing? So they're like, all right. So if this thing won't stop sucking, let me find the page for that. Real quick. We're fucked.
Yeah. One of the pages says prepare to die.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not great. So it's every dingo for himself. You can't control it. Everyone's going to get sucked at this point. I think even the Starship Enterprise gets sucked. They suck that out of space, Steve.
And all of a sudden, Suck-O-Matic craps out, but Heifer sees that there's a barbecue chip stuck in it, and he pulls it out. As he's about to eat it, that brings the Suck-O-Matic back to life, and Heifer gets sucked in.
Yeah, dude. It actually sucks the food out of people's stomachs. It's sucking so hard, which again, need a young lady that's doing this with you at night. This sounds great, but a Suck-O-Matic like this, I can't handle that action, Steve.
Everybody else gets sucked in, Spunky and Rocko. And now they're watching TV inside the Suck-O-Matic, but as they cut out of that, we see that the whole neighborhood has been sucked in by Suck-O-Matic.
Everyone's got a Suck-O-Matic and got sucked. You know? And that's what happens, Steve. You put something this powerful with this much suck ability out there, everyone's into it. So I think actually this is pretty dark. We heard a presidential assassination at the beginning, which I'm thinking is the Suck-O-Matic's like president, somebody involved with the business trying to make some moves, right? Because the president didn't want all this sucking going on. And then by the end of the episode or whatever, the whole world's been sucked, Steve. It's like the Matrix.
So it was the Suck-O-Matic that killed JFK.
Dude, he was the guy with the umbrella.
We got it figured out.
He got sucked. So, you know, everyone's living in a vacuum hell, but they still got TV, so that's kind of cool. I wouldn't think in hell that you'd get to watch some tube, which, shit, you got some old wrestling tapes. I'm cool.
Yeah, man. You know, give me some nachos every now and then. Now the next skit is Canned. They start off at this place called Super Lotto Comics. Rocko, he's talking to Philbit, or I guess Philbit's talking to him about every time you turn the page, you wash your hands. And then you turn the page, then you wash your hands.
Filbert's like kind of like a Kevin Smith level comic book nerd. It's just talking about the stress of keeping a comic in mint condition. Rocco's just doing his best job. He's living his best life. He's kind of the manager here, I guess. But then he gets called to the boss's office. Turns out he's getting a promotion from job 345 to job 642, Steve. Now, I'm doing the math. I'm thinking the number's bigger. This has got to be a promotion. Find out that's just a pink slip job, Steve. Rocco's out.
Company's downsizing.
This is America, Steve. Isn't this what always happens? Rocco's the little guy. He's getting fucking squeezed out. No mercy. So Rocco's out of job. Cut to later. Spunky's in the front yard. He's causing havoc. He's eating Big Head's weird plant. What was it? Salmon? A salmon bush? Weird enough. So Big Head's threatening to sue Spunky, I guess, for eating his bush. And Rocco's like, I got this. So he takes him inside. And we see that, you know, the cupboards are bare, Steve. This job, this lack of funds, it's not only affecting Rocco. Spunky, he's got no food. He has to drink his own spit.
And those bills won't stop coming. So he has to look for a job quick. He tries his hand at tattoo parlor. In the client, he's like, I want a tat in the roof of my mouth and make it a can of beans with the name Gloria written on it. So he couldn't pull that off, obviously. And then he tries his hand at plumbing assistant.
Yeah. And plumbers make a lot of money, so that tracks. But the assistant to a plumber is just a guy to pull up the actual plumber's pants to like hide the plumber's cracks, Steve.
Hide the crack.
You know, he just couldn't handle that. The last one, I don't remember what they call it, but it's basically phone sex.
Specialty phone operator.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, what are you wearing? Yeah, this, that, and the other. And then we find out Miss Big Head's on the other line. She's like, Rocko.
Oh, baby,
Oh, baby.
I mean, that's pretty freaking wild, Steve. That seems like a Ren and Stimpy thing, not
Right.
Rocko, not sweet Rocko, but that's how bad the times are, Steve. Shit's a full
And
blown depression at this point.
then he comes across Conglamo. He's like, all right, let me check out this Conglamo. And their slogan is "We own you."
Yeah, very Big Brother esque. They're making a
Yeah.
bunch of products. Rocco shows up for the interview and basically is treated to like this Wizard of Oz interview that Mr. Big Head's doing. His giant domes on this huge TV screen, and he's basically just like, "Look, this is what we do." He's gonna fuck him up, Steve. I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like the energy.
You think I want to hire you? I hate you. All right.
Yeah, my strong points are time tentative, or I don't know. It doesn't start off well, but luckily it doesn't really matter because I don't know if he's getting paid. Rocco's given the job, Steve, but he doesn't get to test that good shit. He's ushered into some weird shack where I feel like Big Head's got the real dud products.
The betas.
Yeah, and he's starting off with, I think it's called the Nosemaster 3000.
Yeah.
And it's not like what you think, or what anybody's thinking, which maybe is some nose hair trimmer. No, this is just to do full blown open air plastic surgery on the nose, Steve. You just pop it on and come out with a new nose. Yeah. Mike would have loved that. And I don't understand this. Big Head knows he's fucking Rocco, but Rocco gets like a nice little trunk or something, and Big Head's like, "Man, let me see that shit." And puts it on. He's like, "I don't even have a nose." And it grabs his eyes, and he gets noses for eyes, Steve. But why? Why are you doing this, Big Head?
All of his plans are backfiring because then he gives Rocco some gene enhancing gum. So he chews on it and Rocco grows a tree out of his head. So Big Head's like, oh, for real? So he chews the gum and a damn hive comes out of his head and bees sting him.
Yeah, and he's allergic, Steve, so he needs to get a shot. Next thing up, it's called the Dial-A-Do. So you work on that nose with that other thing. You pop this on, like for me or you, a couple of bald guys, pop it back off in 5 minutes, set it and forget it. You get an Elvis updo. You got like a coif, Steve. You're looking like Ace Ventura out here.
That Johnny Bravo.
Love that. I kind of actually would like that. So if they can like rush that out, I'd like some hair.
Oh, and he even gets braids. And then he gets a light bulb. He gets light bulbs coming out of his skull. Then he becomes a juicer. He's like, wait, you can do all this? So Big Head, he tries it. And then his head turns into a buzzsaw.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of things that are like wowing me, but you got to stop testing them, Big Head. But then the last one, Big Head's like, I got something for you, you little bitch. It's like mad giraffe repellent. So for those times where you're around a bunch of angry giraffes, maybe spritz this on. But in Big Head's mind, he's like, he's going to get fucking killed.
It's not going to work.
And it's in like a weird like gladiator ring too. He's behind a screen. He's watching it. Rocco spritzes it on. The giraffes are let it go. They're pissed off. They're fucking furious. But they go right past freaking Rocco, Steve. This shit actually works.
But they storm into Big Head. He gets rammed by these angry giraffes. Big Head fires Rocco. He's like, I'm fed up with this shit. You're embarrassing me.
I gave you a shot, motherfucker.
He's back to being unemployed. And, I feel his plight. I've been there, Rocco. It's kind of hard to bounce back.
Yeah. But, karma's a bitch, Steve. A door closes, a door opens up because he leaves.
Very true.
And he sees a new comic book store opens up. Right there. It's right there, Steve. Immediately, he's got work experience, so he gets the job. And we're back to the old days. He's hanging out. Filbert's fucking giving him an ear beating about some bullshit. Something related to a Superman comic. And then the old boss comes in, Steve. Apparently, he needs a couple of issues. He needs a couple of nudie mags, whatever. Rocco gives him those. And then the guy's like, hey, let me get a couple of pieces of gum, too. And Rocco's like, oh, I got some for you. And he throws a couple of those gene editing pieces of gum, which I like. He 5-finger discounted some experimental shit, too. He's a menace.
Good job, Rocco.
Nice, dude. He got his.
Then the old dickhead boss, he starts chewing the gum on his way back home. And then he grows a beehive out of his head. And then he gets stung by the bees because karma. is real.
Karma's bitch. And that's
What?
it, Steve.
Yeah. What's with the flies? I didn't get that part.
Yeah, I don't know. I like they were just like cutting away to him, and then they just like at the end they were like, "All right, you don't have to," you know, it's like a break the fourth wall thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that too.
Yeah, but hey, shout out to those flies. But that same day, 1993, Biker Mice from Mars premieres. When three alien motorcycle riding mice are forced to leave their home planet of Mars, thanks to the evil mining Plutarchians, they rebel against their enemies on planet Earth and the city of Chicago. 3 seasons, 65 episodes.
Throttle, dude. The main guy, Throttle. You know who he was? Whose voice was? Rob Paulson, Steve. Rob Paulson also did Raphael's voice in
Oh,
Rebels.
he's a usual suspect in these 90s
Yeah,
animations.
he's done a lot, dude. But you know what I didn't like when I looked this up? Freaking Ian Ziering did a voice in this.
As a main character?
Yeah,
Or
he's the white furred rat or mouse. He's the white biker mice, dude. So yeah,
oh,
Ian Ziering, bro. He's the egomaniac, which that tracks.
well, yeah, we talked about this before where this is that TMNT influence, man. You know, the anthropomorphic animals, and there's a group of them, just like Cowboys of Blue Mesa, just like Wildcats, and now we got biker mice from Mars. Like, you know, each of these people, each of these animals has their own little personality, and you try to like relate to one. Oh, I'm this kind of mouse. Kind of like we did with turtles. Yeah, I'm a Donatello guy. I'm a Michelangelo guy. And I feel like that was kind of the thing in this early 90s era, man.
Yeah, they even had a chick that was like a mechanic in this. That was like their April O'Neil.
Yeah,
That was a
exactly.
regular person that's not wowed by the fact that they're talking to whatever animal it is that's got laser guns and shit. You know, like, oh, that's cool. Hey, you guys want to hang? Also, I'd like that this isn't like some fictional place. This is just in Chi-Town, Steve. They're just
Yeah,
looking over Chicago, bro.
yeah. Might catch him at the United Center, you know, watching MJ score a triple double or something.
Fuck ICE. Get them out of there. Fuck that. Get the biker mice back out of retirement. Just get them out there.
Yeah, you might catch him at a White Sox game, seeing Frank Thomas hitting homers. Yeah,
Dude, the big hurt.
big hurt.
He was hanging out, dude, with the biker mice. I don't really have a lot to say about this one. This, like you said, this was a second banana to the real cartoons that we liked, but it's got style, it's got steez, it's got Rob Paulson, and to a lesser extent, Ian Ziering.
And Brad Garrett.
Yeah. So, I mean, they tried. I like anthropomorphizing animals like this, you know, make them
Yeah.
buff, give them a motorcycle. Fuck it. What's the next animal we can do this with?
I was just going to ask. Let's get some killer rabbits or killer sloths.
There we go. Sloths are hot. That's a hot animal right now. So we throw some muscles on them, speed them up just a little bit, you know?
Maybe that's like the secret, like kind of like Popeye spinach. They get their whatever and then be like, oh, because their claws are super sharp. So all they need is the speed.
Yeah, dude. I think we figured this one out. Copyright. This is copyright somehow. We've said it.
It's published on the internet.
Yeah.
And also in 93, Sonic the Hedgehog debuts on ABC. In a post-apocalyptic and dystopian future, all life has been challenged by oppression and tyranny, as the evil Dr. Robotnik is on the wake of controlling Mobius. 2 seasons, 26 episodes. I thought it was more.
Banger of a theme song, though, Steve.
Yeah.
Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
And to make it more apropos, it's voiced by the Urk Man.
No shit.
Jaleel White is Sonic, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, dude. I mean, this had some heavy hitters. Jim Cummings was Rob Robotnik. Rob Paulson on this show, too.
Exactly.
You know, the
Told you.
devil. I did not know that. That's crazy. I didn't know fucking Urkel did that voice.
Cree Summer from a Different World, and Frank Welker, another usual suspect.
Oh, and also, Steve, I don't know if you know this. Sonic, the older version, Jaleel White. Sonic, the younger version, I guess they show him as a youngster, Taj Mowry. So smart guy threw a little sauce into the mix, too. I like that.
Nice. He's a smart Sonic.
But yeah, dude, Sonic, this wasn't one of my top hits, But this would show up like they throw this on before like some other cartoons. I wouldn't change the channel. I'm not
Yeah.
throwing this one out.
This show actually ended on a cliffhanger, and they had to wrap it up because it just couldn't compete with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So after this third season, it was a wrap, because of the ratings.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to do this with a lot of video games. There was a Mortal Kombat cartoon. There was a Street Fighter cartoon. Yeah, dude, Sonic. I mean, there was a Mario Brothers cartoon. You got to.
Yeah.
You got to make the money, Steve. You got to get that nut. You know
Got
what
to
I'm
milk
saying?
that cow. Also in 93, Tales from the Crypt Keeper debuts on ABC. Tales from the Crypt Keeper is a 1993 television series that sees the popular cult horror comic books from the 1950s are adapted in this cartoon anthology series. 3 seasons, 39 episodes.
I didn't watch this, and I find it funny that they tried to translate a very adult show into something for kids.
They had a child psychologist as a consultant to make sure this is child ready for television.
That is interesting, you know. They had a property, they had something that I guess you could cartoonize. I mean, the Crypt Keeper, that's, you can make that a cartoon. It's a little zombie guy, that's fun. I just too much. You had Goosebumps, you had Are You Afraid of the Dark? You didn't need this.
Yeah.
And it's a cartoon. Cartoons, I don't know. You ain't scaring me with a cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, 3 seasons though. I feel like you succeeded. This is a tough era to compete in the animated world.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, the fact they went past 1 is a miracle.
Exactly, man. That following year, 1994, WCW is airing Fall Brawl 94 from Roanoke Civic Center at Roanoke, Virginia. Trash. Again, pure trash.
Yeah, I was looking at the lineup, and I'm not really enjoying any of it. I mean, we get
Or Dustin was thirsty for a tag team partner, and
okay.
And Dusty was like, why don't you just ask your daddy? I always got your back, baby. So Dusty, he gets in the mix. And, I think that was the main event. But I tuned out after these 2 matches. For one, Kevin Sullivan beats Cactus Jack. Then, and I love Jim Duggan. I'm a big fan. But he beat Steve Austin in like less than a minute. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done and doneer.
No, that's atrocious.
What are you doing?
Who was the Patriot, Steve?
The Patriot, he was in WWF like at the beginning of the Attitude Era. He was pretty athletic dude, man. He could do the flips and the high flying and stuff, kind of like Owen when he was his Blue Blazer. Not
I mean,
as
he kind of
athletic.
has like a luchador mask too, right?
Yeah, but I think the guy is actually American.
Yeah, his name is Delbert Alexander Will.
You don't get more American than that.
Del Wilkes, dude.
From Newberry, South Carolina.
Yeah, I just, you're sitting here, you're watching it, you're trying to enjoy it. There's nothing here, I'm glad we didn't cover it because to see not Stone Cold, but a young, stunning Steve Austin probably lose to Jim Duggan. That's fucking crazy. Who has Jim Duggan beat in his career? Honestly, that's like a huge name.
Well, he did win the first Royal Rumble, so there's that.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to besmirch the man. I mean, Hacksaw, I like seeing you come out. I like it.
His theme song is fire too. In 1996, Townies premieres on ABC. 3 friends have been stuck in their East Coast fishing community forever. No matter how badly they want to leave for the big city, something is always tying them down. 15 episodes.
It's crazy because if you see this now, like Bill Burr's in this, that guy Ron Livingston, he's been in a lot of shit. Yeah, Office Space. Molly Ringwald, Dharma, Jenna Elfman, she's in this. But,
I only want to bring this up because of that. That's it.
Yeah.
Bill Burr. I didn't know he went that far back, man.
Ah, shit. This is the earliest of Bill Burr. What is the year on this?
96.
You can't even see this shit anywhere. It's so bad.
No. Yeah, probably not on you. You might get the intro theme song on YouTube if there was one.
Yeah.
But
hey, shout out to Bill Burr trying to get that check. He's a young stand-up comedian at this point, Steve.
Yeah, trying to make a name for himself.
He still got his ginger hair. He's still angry.
Yeah.
He's always angry, but
Thank you, Townies, for giving us Bill Burr. In 1998, Rush Hour premieres. A loyal and dedicated Hong Kong inspector teams up with a reckless and loudmouth LAPD detective to rescue Chinese consul's kidnapped daughter while trying to arrest a dangerous crime lord along the way. Directed by Brett Ratner, starring Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker, Tom Wilkinson, Chris Penn, and Elizabeth Pena.
God forbid you hate this movie, Steve.
Oh, come on now.
Love it. You had to. Chris Tucker's flaming hot right now in the 90s. We get Jackie Chan. They're teaming up. Got the makings of a great movie. And I mean, Jesus. It led to how many sequels? They did 2 more of them, I think, after this.
Two more.
I found it interesting that, obviously there's always a bunch of celebrities they consider. Chris Tucker was not the first person that they looked at. I find it interesting that Martin Lawrence almost starred in this. It just they didn't give him a big enough check, Steve. I mean, it's hard to argue that they didn't pick the right person, though, because I'd love to see Martin Lawrence and Jackie Chan, but Chris Tucker?
This movie is perfection. This has the formula. They got it down packed. I feel like the perfect buddy cop movie, you got to have a hip black guy, and then his partner has to be like a less hip non-black guy. Something else I caught, you gotta have a white guy with the George Jefferson cut. You got to. Beverly Hills Cop, they had that with Taggart, and there was one in Rush Hour. He's got to have that bald eagle. Like, I don't know why you gotta have that in there.
I ain't no punk bitch either. I ain't no punk bitch. Yeah, I mean, a lot of tropes. I like the conniving FBI agent, the blonde guy.
Yeah.
I like that guy too, who's just did it for the career. But Chris Penn also get a nice Chris Penn appearance, which I love.
R.I.P. to a legend, man.
Now, why are you lying to me, Clyde?
And Clifton Powell.
Also, the hot cop that Carter's like fucking with the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's Italian or what she is, but she's sexy as all hell.
Well, her name is Elizabeth Pena, so I guess that narrows it down to a couple.
Yeah, dude, but you're right. Perfection. The action's great. The comedy's great. Yeah. Tucker just knocks it out of the park. Even the bloopers are great in this.
Oh, yeah.
We get a nice little blooper set. I like that they combined the bloopers of a Jackie Chan, which is him fucking up like action shit, and then Tucker like, hey, who the fuck think it's Chelsea Carter?
Yeah.
Chelsea who is this?
Chelsea Grandma?
I love this in the theater, and I'll watch this. This one still to this day, you watch it, it's fucking fantastic. And I don't like Brett Ratner movies. This is his best movie he ever made.
I also got to call out Philip Baker Hall, who is a Toledo, Ohio native. He was also in Boogie Nights. He is the lollipops in my mouth.
He's in this? Oh, yeah, he's Carter's boss.
He's Carter's boss, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that how many like famous people. Tom Wilkinson's like an Oscar winner, I think. And they got him in the movie. He's a great villain in this. They really kind of pull like a 1-2 on you where, I think you probably figured it out before the end of the movie, but I like that. I like the blonde Asian guy who's like the badass villain dude.
What I know you're talking about.
You're bleeding. That guy throws a hell of an axe at one point. The end of the movie too, like the actual climax of the movie, filled with great action, great comedy. Chris Tucker gets a couple nice one-liners where he shoots a guy and kills him, and so he says the same thing. Wipe yourself off. You're dead. That's a great one-liner, dude. That's an all-timer right there.
Chris, man, he came a long way from being a sidekick on a pothead movie. And you see it immediately in the first scene. Busting off in cars and explosions. I was like, oh, this is not Smokey anymore. He's like a legit star now.
Yeah, hell yeah. This was for sure cemented it. Chris Tucker got this because of what he did on Money Talks, because I think Brett Ratner made that movie too.
He did, man. So, it might be his muse.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Maybe it's just Chris Tucker. He just needs Chris Tucker. That would have saved that shitty X-Men 3 movie that he made. Chris Tucker as somebody in them. He could have played Bishop. Man, Wolverine! God damn!
Come on, man.
Yeah, but everyone loves Rush Hour. There's nobody that doesn't like it. I didn't like the subsequent ones as much. It kind of got watered down a little bit, but dude, vintage Chris Tucker, vintage Jackie Chan. Check it out.
One more fun fact about this film is the inspiration for Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah, because the guy who created it was a huge Jackie Chan fan. He created this so that he could see the reviews. He knew about his stuff from China. So he wanted to see like what the American reviews were for all of his movies. So he coded the site 2 weeks, putting it up shortly before the release of this film. And lo and behold, Rotten Tomatoes has been here.
That's crazy. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it's indicative of real shit. I think people pay to get things elevated on it, but that's wild. That's hilarious. Jackie Chan had some involvement in that.
Any callbacks or Diddy party invitations you want to give out?
No, unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be many more Diddy parties, Steve. Or fortunately, But here's what I'd say about not only Chris Tucker in the 90s, but just that kind of movie. We've gone away from these I don't know how to say this right. The tone of this, where it doesn't fully like go into an action movie. It's funny, but it's just a good movie. And I feel like this is another thing, people try to do it, but for some reason things like this don't pop off that much. You're not seeing these team ups or like something like this where it's not all like it's all action. This is the greatest action movie you've ever seen or whatever. It's like, I don't understand why they're not making shit like this because it was so fucking successful.
I mean, 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, like they gave you the blueprint to pull this off. In Rush Hour, they killed, like you get the perfect combination of comedy and action.
Yeah, dude. I miss Chris Tucker, dude. I know like there's been a lot that's people, I don't know. I keep hearing he might be smoky again, this, that, and the other. But dude, for a while, man, it was just like he was hitting as hard as like I mean, I hate to put him up there with like Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler and those people, but for a while, dude, like I mean, he's up there, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't there, you thought he was going to get there because of how much he was hitting it out the park.
And I mean, even personally, you want to go into some of the other stuff he did, like he's in Jackie Brown. I know it's not a huge part, but like he's in one of the best movies ever made.
Thanks.
Beaumont got his brains blown out, so it's poetry. And Chris Tucker, we just need more of it. So that's it, Steve. How about you?
Well, the day that this episode is released is a day after my birthday. So I feel like I should share this now. Well, shout out to my boy Carter, who blessed me with this amazing, like early birthday gift, man. And there's actually two of them. You've seen one of them, but
so fucking cool though.
Yeah, man. This is a shout out from one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Big Papa Pump, and he's into his house.
Dude, the big bad booty daddy himself, dude.
Why didn't they share?
I saw it for a second. I saw the chainmail. Just filling some time though, but yeah, I didn't expect to like cameo as much, but man, you get a rush whenever Scott Steiner's just talking to you personally.
And according to your buddy Carter, he says you're a big wrestling fan of mine, which I appreciate. And you've also had me on your podcast, which is called Happened in the 90s, which I also appreciate. So I want to say I wish you nothing but continued success. You already have 125 followers, which is great. But keep doing what you're doing, Steve. I appreciate you being a fan, man.
Yeah. Gotta love Scotty, but he was never good with numbers. I'll give you grace because you went to that school up north. We have a lot more than 125 hours, and we've never had Scott Steiner on our show, but we would love to. I don't know if it's like
we've talked about the man, but I mean, please, Scott.
Please, yeah, man. We might use this against you.
A fresh chainmail if you need it. I'll make it happen.
Like we might send him an email like, "Hey, man, you were on our show already. Want to come back?" But
man, man, you remember us, man?
Now this one I had to save, man, until this situation occurred. So not only did I get a blessing from Scott Steiner, my guy Carter blessed me with another one, man.
What?
And it's none other.
Hey, this is
Brett
Dan Hart, and I got a very special congratulatory shout out and a happy birthday shout out going out to a very special longtime fan of mine. This going out to Steve G. This is coming courtesy of Carter. And everyone, first of all, they just want you to have a fantastic birthday because you got a lot of love in your corner. You got a lot of people that care about you and just think the world of you for being who you are and what you stand for. And you prove every single day when you shows up, whether it's coming to work or just being a friend to the people that know you. You're an amazing guy, and you prove every single day that you are the excellence of execution and all the sacrifice, the dedication, and the hard work that you put into being the man that you are never goes unnoticed and never goes unappreciated by your friends, your peers, your family. And not only that, you've done such a great, amazing job having 125,000 followers now for your podcast. Right. Just tells me that you're a guy that always gets the job done and you follow everything down to the very end. And you just one of those kind of guys that worries about the little details all the time. And one of those guys that proves every single day why he is. And is by everybody that knows him, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Steve G, you are the best. Celebrate you and just know that you are loved by your friends, your peers, your family. Everybody loves you. Don't ever change. Keep on being you and just know that you raise the bar every single day for everybody all around you all the time. So don't ever change. Keep on being you. Continued success and have a great birthday too. God bless.
Hell yeah, dude.
Love you, Brett.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't say any better than Brett. Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you, my guy.
The excellence of execution in life, we'd say.
When I first saw that, my heart sank. No pun intended.
It's been a long, he's got a long career, but I mean, I love that. I didn't think I'd be so into the cameos, but man, when you get one, it's like, hell yeah, dude.
Dude,
that
yeah.
Man one, I just watch that like once a day just to feel.
Yeah, man, I'm about to tap into Cameo, but please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister 90s Podcast Live. 90s Podcast Live. That was a hoot. Please check out Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ronzilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with
Happened in the 90s.
Matt was the fat kid, Steve was the black kid. Life wasn't always great, but you know what was? The 90s. Happened in the 90s. Yeah!
Funky butt loving